we are back. We're back to bring you the vibes, intellectual conversations, dope narrations, analysis, and dissection on the Yul-Edochie streaming live on television, TeaTime. Good morning, my name is Mololua, and as you know, I never do this alone. Here with me this beautiful Friday morning is none other than Lydia. Good morning.
Good morning, Mo.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's been a morning, but I'm doing okay for the most part.
Is it one of those mornings where it's been like, what's a day? The morning has been a day in and of itself.
Yes, it
At least you look bright to counteract whatever
I guess
the morning
so.
has been. No Ankara today.
Think I thought about it, but then I was like, maybe maybe not.
That's okay. No worries.
We'll get it right one of these days.
We'll get it right. Hopefully, we're trying to be in sync. It's technical difficulties. But we can't do this without you guys. Please do join in on the conversation by calling in on 0909 8408 408 to share your opinions on the trending discussions that we're going to have today. So let's get this started. Let's start with our trending videos. Oh dear. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, honestly, you can't blame her. I mean, since the beginning of this year, single people have not rested.
They've been collecting.
I'm telling you, no breathing space at all.
Back to back.
Been choking everywhere. So, honestly, my heart really goes out to her. I won't lie.
Oh.
And you can't blame her, to be honest. You really can't. I mean, would I say that's the most, would I say, appropriate way? No. But at the end of the day, you can't blame her. And who knows what she's been going through, maybe with like her family or even maybe just in her personal life. Just the pressure alone, maybe something could have even triggered all of that.
But then, okay, I think there are very many different aspects of this that we can look at it from.
Okay.
The first one is coming on social media to ask someone to marry you. Like, what? I don't mean, what exactly?
I mean, it could be that, you know, people technically, fine, you should go out and meet people too, but at the same time, a person also has to express interest, right? So it's like, maybe nobody has just expressed interest in her so far.
So she's putting herself out there. That's what we're going to call this?
I mean, if you join dating
like
apps, it kind of is like putting yourself out there.
No, but this one is like an advert. It's like she's advertising herself. Yeah. And then on the other side of it to me is, okay, you say someone should come and marry you, but then you're saying, oh, you sponsor the wedding. You don't have to, you can be a bus conductor, you can be like, what is that saying of your own standards and self-worth?
Right, it's...
Not that there's anything wrong with people in those professions, but the fact that she's stating those professions, to me, she's trying to insinuate that it doesn't matter how low you are in terms of society, anybody.
Well, I think that's kind of like where the point lies. You know, people are really being pushed to their limits concerning this whole marriage thing. And
they're pushed to what?
I mean, sorry, they're being pushed beyond. Sorry, they're being pushed beyond their limits. Sorry.
Okay.
So beyond the, concerning this whole marriage thing and all of that. So I
Isn't that serious? Like, why being married?
That's the thing.
Not everybody will marry.
You know, I feel people were not put on this earth just for the sole purpose of getting married, but a lot of people act that way. And so, you know, in as much as, you know, everybody always tries to cover up. Remember, like the other day we were talking about Copy and how, you know, she's getting her 4th degree and everything, and people are saying all sorts of things. It's like people always try to make it seem like you're just incomplete without a partner, and that's wrong. Like, you should actually, you know, be complete, like, in yourself, and then have another person to complement, you know, you should like find your purpose and all of those things. But then people, especially in this Africa/Nigeria, it is just and they will look at everything you've done. If you like be the richest person, have accomplished the most, they will just look at it and then they will just strike everything down with, oh, but she's not married.
I think another thing that she mentioned that seemed to be a big deal to her was age, because you emphasized being 39 years old. Is that like too old to be married? Like, what I don't know. Where is the age at which it's like, okay, you're justified to be desperate? Because to me, this is desperation.
I don't think that desperation is. Let me not say it's not justifiable, because really, regardless of whatever age you are, I don't think that you should be desperate to just find someone. You should actually take your time and find the person that you can spend the rest of your life with happily, and you'll be content with. So the term desperation, but I mean,
so she's 39
years old.
So are you like, would you say, okay, fair enough, she's 39, so?
I would actually say fair enough, and for different reasons.
Okay.
So I think most people focus more on the, like, would I say the health and the reproduction aspect. So it's always okay, from age 30, I heard that like the female eggs start to deplete, drastically. So it's like, okay, the chances of having children become very slim. So unless having children has never really been, or the method of having children has never really been a priority to that person, then it is kind of a big deal. Like 40. I mean, yeah, sure, there are the few cases where you would
God
see...
cannot do does not exist.
Exactly. You will see the cases where people 40-year-olds,
babies at
60. So...
I mean, I like what you said about the methods, because I feel like science has advanced to the level now where there are many methods for having children, even if you're concerned about that particular kind of thing by virtue of your age as a woman. So, like... We have, even in Nigeria, we have quite a few of our female celebrities that have sort of gone the surrogacy route.
Yeah.
And you can freeze your eggs if you think, okay, I don't know, I might not find a long-term partner by the time my eggs are still, at their optimum or whatever.
Yeah.
You can freeze your eggs, there are many options. And so I feel like there are even celebrities that we have right now that are not with long-term partners or official ones, husbands, and have children. Yul-Edochie is one of them.
Yes.
She has a daughter, and as far as we know, she doesn't have a husband.
Yes.
So I feel like, to me, there are other options than doing this. Than saying especially in Nigeria, where like culture is a huge thing, for a woman to say, I will give you the money to pay my bride price. It doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't go with the way we do things here.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you want to explore other options, there are much more respectable ones to me to explore than this.
I agree.
So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of how we're doing things a little bit differently today, where our trending videos are actually forming the sort of trending discussions that we have. So we've just actually gone through one of our sort of trending discussions. So please do contribute your ideas to this story that we've just looked at. Would you explore other ways of, having children outside of the traditional? Or do you think routes like this are also as viable? And she was just shooting her shot and putting herself out there. Let us know what you think. Okay, let's take our second trending video, which also forms one of our trending stories. Okay. I mean, it's aside from the obvious, the obvious. I think Toyin Abraham is who we've just watched there. Nollywood actress Toyin Abraham, who is currently facing criticism over her response to online bullying. In a recent Instagram live that you've just watched there, part of which you've just watched there, Abraham addressed allegations that she caused the arrest of a social media user for making offensive comments. The controversy stems from threats and insults that Abraham allegedly received online, including some directed at her young son. While denying her direct involvement in an arrest, Abraham did confirm filing a petition against those who engaged in cyberbullying and defamation. She defended her right to take legal action against such online harassment. This incident has divided opinion. Some support Abraham's decision to pursue legal means against online trolls, particularly those threatening her family. However, others have questioned the legality of her methods, debating the appropriate response to cyberbullying. So what has happened here is that Toyin Abraham has been trolled since she campaigned for President Tinubu. And a lot of people, you know, upon Tinubu becoming president, have kind of been asking her that, is this what she was campaigning for? Is this what she was trying to get people to vote for? And some of them have gone too far, to be honest. And they've insulted her family members, her child, and she's now responded because she says that she's been pushed to the wall. She says that, you know, you can't just bully her, you can't just harass her online for exercising her democratic right, which is, to be honest, the right that every citizen has to vote and to vote their choice. So in this particular instance, she was accused of sending police to arrest a social media user for bullying her son. She's, however, come out to deny that she did not send any police to arrest anybody, but she has filed a petition. So people are just talking about, like, okay, how far is too far in trying to defend yourself against online trolls?
So I feel, in terms of arrests, I personally feel like it's too far. Reason being that, okay, well, it depends, but generally speaking, I feel like it's too far because really, how many people will you arrest? Do you understand what I mean? Like, look at, it's so interesting that we're having a bit of like a circle moments, you know, because of some of the topics that, you know, like we talked about during the week, like someone like the Jenner sisters. Do you know how many things have been said about them? And then, so imagine if, okay, today they arrest one person, another person comes, they arrest. So I understand, yes, of course she has the right to and all of that, but I just feel that it was a bit too far, in my opinion. Like, I understand she was trying to defend her family and all of that. I feel if the person had probably taken further steps, maybe like now, like stalking and actually coming to her in public, fine, legal measures can be put in place. But then I feel, you know, I mean, cyberbullying, yes, it's become a bit, it's not a new thing, funny enough, but I think getting arrested, yes, for cyberbullying has become a bit more recent. So I personally feel that it was a kind of...
But then I feel like, to me, and she's also said this, I agree with this, that you can come for her, but coming for her children is where she draws the line. And I think that's fair because they're minors. And threatening a child because of their mother's political views is just taking it too far. I don't know, like, what has the child done to you
actually
that deserves death threats? It doesn't really feel...
I honestly didn't even know that death threats had been involved. Honestly, I not that I shied away from it, but I just felt like there's just been a lot going on with Toyin Abraham. I just knew, okay, there was a bit of cyberbullying, but I didn't know that people had actually taken it that far, you know, as far as death threats and everything.
It's too far.
So definitely, if there were death, I mean, since you say there were death threats, then that is actually, I think that is justifiable. But I thought it was just regular, you know, the regular, like maybe Twitter online banter coming for. So that is actually justifiable because they are minors. So I do agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I think Toyin Abraham is having a bit of a hard time right now. So I think this also goes to maybe advise or warn trolls, because you don't really have a right to be sending anybody death threats, especially not minors. So I think we need to bear that in mind and consider the way that we go about expressing our displeasure about some things. Okay, let's take our last trending video for the day. So on a lighter note, they said, make woman no wine you. The girl trying to take the money out.
Even from a young age, listen, it's better. I mean, if it was you, when you were younger, if you knew this is how the country would have been, now wouldn't you have started hustling by that age? So let's just be honest.
Oh my gosh, like, the way she first hugged him.
She first hugged him, you know, like, oh, come here. And then it's like, you know what I'm here for.
But the boy, even the boy said that he's small
age.
He knows, he's like, no.
Don't try that one near me.
I can buy like how many biscuits in this
I'm
money?
telling you.
Oh, speaking of which, how much is even biscuit these days, like Coastal biscuits? How much did it used to be?
I think the price that I'm used to was around maybe like 30 to 50, but apparently
Mm-hmm.
it's entered about 100 naira thereabouts.
Wow.
So it's a bit of a shocker,
Wow.
if you ask me.
Man, that is a shocker indeed. But yeah, as they've advised, make woman know one you. Okay, moving on to our last story for this half. We've discussed Toyin Abraham and the woman who was, I don't even know, advertising? I don't know what to call it. Advertising herself for her husband. We're now looking at May Yul-Edochie. Following a year, of course, as we know, thrust into the limelight due to her marital situation with actor Yul-Edochie. May Edochie is carving her own path. The entrepreneur and social media influencer has surprised fans by announcing her debut in Nollywood. She's set to appear on Omoni Oboli's upcoming movie, Wives on Strike 3, The Uprising, a thrilling sequel to the popular women empowerment series. This unexpected career move signifies a fresh start for May, allowing her to showcase her talents beyond social media. I mean, I think I love it for her.
This, to me, is like, it's a power move. It really is. That's really what I view it as. It's a huge power move. And honestly, that's what I have to say. Like, wow, I'm shocked.
I think it's, you know what it is for me? I think it's even it's even down to the actual production she's acting in. Wives on Strike, women empowerment. Like, I just think, yeah, she's saying a lot and not saying too much.
Yeah.
Like, she's, you know, asserting her position as a woman. A woman scorned, unfortunately, but a woman nonetheless, and saying that, you know what, I still have my power. You can't take my voice away. You can't take my expression away. You know, making her debut in Nollywood, which of course we know is the industry that her husband, I think they're still married legally. Her husband, her husband is obviously well known for, is a statement. It's a very, very, very powerful statement in and of itself. So, I mean,
I think there's so many angles to look at it. Like, just the fact that I don't know where to start from.
I know,
I don't know how to start unpacking this. I think it's interesting because obviously Yul is an actor, and it's like
even his new wife.
Really? Oh, she's an actress.
Yes,
too.
Judy Austin.
So he must have a type. So it's like she's coming.
Yeah.
Let me not. Okay, I'm not instigating anything, but it's like she's coming back, like a comeback, and bringing it down to like his own industry, like his own space, his own territory. See, that's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say.
There are levels
to this thing.
Man, and I love it for her. Like,
same here.
Especially, you know, after the demise of her child, like. I just think she's been through a lot in the past couple of years, and she really, if this is how she's sort of choosing to express herself, it's great because she's empowering herself, she's improving herself, and she's sort of, making more of a mark on her own world. So I'm really glad, happy to see this from May Edochie. Okay, let's take a short music break, and then we'll be back with some more stories for you. See you shortly.